Shalom. Once Kalalal, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kudash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and truth. To the believers, the sisters and the brothers out there, who believe in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and give all praises. Shalom to you as well, and much peace, love, and blessings to the elect of Israel. Alright, so as I can see from the headline of the article, that we're gonna go into today. Alright, it's a Public Passenger Transportation Alliance submits application for 80% fare increase. Alright, this was published 10th of June, that's yesterday, by the Gleaner. Alright, it says the application was made today by the Road Taxi Association Alliance, which comprises the Road Taxi Association of Jamaica, National Council of Taxi Operation, and Confederation of Independent Rural Taxi Association. Ahead of a meeting with Transport Minister Robert Montague and the Transport Authority, in a statement this afternoon, the ministry said Montague accepted the application and that he committed to continue dialogue with the Ministry of Finance while maintaining the lines of communication with the Alliance. It says a fare adjustment is inevitable and is on the horizon, but I will have to continue discussions with the Minister of Finance and get back to you. Alright, so for those who already know, it's been a while now since fare, basically, bus fare, taxi fare, whatever, has been at that steady amount. It's been static for a while. So and with that, the constant rising of basically fuel prices, it as the article said, it basically inevitable. A fare increase is basically inevitable, because as I said, oil prices been going up. As a matter of fact, I have a little thing here, so alright, so and this is, I have this little thing right here, and this will show the price increases of gasoline, that's 87, that 90, diesel, kerosene. Alright, and going all the way back to January 28th, the price has been steadily going up, from 117, right, 119, in March it was 133, right, by the end of March it was 135, April 136, right, by the end of April it was at 142, right, and now coming to even, and as a going to point out that there has been decreases, but not really no major significant decrease in prices, right, because let's see, beginning of May it was 145, right, then mid-May or close to mid-May, right, it was at 147, then it went back down to 142, but the latest update, June 10th, right, shows that it's at 147. Alright, so the price is basically steadily going up. So a fare increase would actually be inevitable. Alright, no, this is not the only thing that may increase. Alright, so we have another article here. Lasco says price hikes are coming but promises to be gentle. Alright, there's something that I want to point out in this article actually. um don't understand why I have to subscribe for read a free article, but I'll try log in a second. Okay, okay, all right. So it says Lasco, which trades in food items and other consumer goods, says consumers should brace for price increases over the coming months. But like one of its largest competitors, Grace Foods, adds that it's trying to keep price hikes at a minimum by managing its own costs. Alright? So basically them I use a strategy called um kick the can. Right? Then basically I kick the can down the road. So but it go eventually it's going to come to a point where significant increases will have to be done, or will have to be made. You know what I mean? Because as me say, fuel prices are going up, seen, and fuel, oil are basically one of the main commodities that is used in basically every sector, right? Whether by the consumer or the producer. Seen? Um down there. Right? So these strategies were what them say them are use, for basically hold back the price increase. Eventually them now can do that anymore. Right? Going down, it says one initiative includes revising its energy mix to include solar, a project that is meant to provide around 30% of the power supplies utilized by Lasco Manufacturing Limited, and 33% for its affiliate, Lasco Distributors Limited. But the 500 kilowatt photovoltaic system is not expected to be commissioned until December. Alright. For more immediate impact, Deputy Chairman of Lasco and Manufacturing, James Rawle, told the Financial Gleaner that the companies have been making adjustments to production processes and operations to keep prices to consumers low. Right? And people don't even know, say, yo, these things are what happen, yo. So when the prices actually do increase, it is like a shock to them, because them don't really pay attention to these articles that come out. Them feel like, say, them in a good case because things seem normal, right? But nothing is never really as it seems. It says he also noted that he can't continue to absorb the increases in reference to higher raw material and shipping costs that has hit all businesses under the pandemic. See, there it is. Say they cannot continue to absorb the increases, right? Meaning them can't continue to kick the can, right? Them can't continue to hold back the price increase. So eventually, we're going to see a price increase, and not only with Lasco, right, but all other producers and distributors, because really mainly distributors we have in Jamaica, because a lot of things that we consume here are actually imported. Seen? A lot of the things that Jamaicans consume are imported. Seen? So it's mainly distributors. Seen? And the cost, as I said, fuel, is increasing significantly. There's a article out projecting that by summer, a barrel of oil go actually cost $75 to $80, You see me? Right now it's at about 67 around that region. Seen? So so we being import dependent country, seeing that are gonna affect the price that are gonna affect the prices that we see on the shelves soon, seeing, because it takes fuel to actually get the goods to us. You know what I mean? It takes fuel to get it from the other, to produce it in the other countries. It takes fuel to produce it to Salakia, to bring it to Jamaica, right? And it takes fuel again to distribute it to the various supermarket shops, wholesales. You know what I mean? So yeah, look out for the significant increase in prices. So alright. So however, even though we are seeing the increase in prices, yo, you know what I mean? There's still one thing that we not really see a major increase in, right? And that is that's in wages, right? Wages aren't being increased. We not hear much talks of any wage increase though. I believe the last time it was projected to go up by 2 point something percent, right? But you have the taxi fare where they might for raise by 80%, right? Plus other things where in the same LASCO article, there's a projection of up to even 5% in increase seen. So that brings us to this scripture right here. You know, that brings us to this precept right here, and this is Haggai 1 and verse 6. I'm gonna get the proper version. Here we go, King James version. Alright, it says, "Ye have sown much and bring in little. Alright, ye eat, but ye have not enough." Right? So we are so much, meaning we either do the same amount of work, or the work basically increase more and more and more, but we're not seeing any increase in our wages though, right? So we sow much and bring in little. Alright, it says, "Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes." Right? Bills. You know what I mean? Significant bills and food. Them thing there are the main thing where we have to work in order for what you call it now, for cover, for lack of a better term, right? We have to work for cover these significant bills and food, yo, right? And if you have a family, say you have to work for, can take care of, maintain your family, yo, seeing, right? And as a matter of fact, we don't even, it's not like we even have another choice, right? Because even though the wages are small, and like you can just stop, you know what I mean, you have to continue, that you can continue being able to live and sustain yourself, or to sustain your family, yo, right? So it's constant oppression, seeing constant oppression, yo, right? And these are the things that that push us more and more for one to reach in the kingdom, yo, because we're not gonna have to worry about these things when we're in the kingdom. Seeing, we don't have to worry about them things when we're in our kingdom, right? But because the rulers of this world are the wicked, you know what I mean, best believe that, hey, these things never have to go that way here. Seeing, this world, it never did have a setup this way where we have this much oppression, right? But because the wicked is in rulership, that's why we have to suffer them kind of way here, right? um get an next precept. So Isaiah 10. See if we can wrap it up. All right, this is Isaiah 10 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Alright? And what will he do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will he flee for help, or where will you leave your glory? You know what I mean? So, okay. Right? So these men, who around the world, who control the going ins and the going out and the coming in scene, these men are the ones who set these unrighteous decrees, right? Why you have to pay why you have to pay tax, the reason why you have to pay these high prices when it comes to bills or somewhere for live, even food. Alright? These men, who are rule this society, are the ones who set it up to run this way. And eventually for destroy it. Because their ultimate plan is to collapse this economy, right? Once them have all the resources, collapse the economy, get rid of the fraudulent money what them give for spend, which is paper money, right? And then them end up having all the resources, the real resources, the true wealth. Yeah. So that in the end, that makes everybody else dependent on them, right? Hey, that's why you hear them talk about them sustainable development goals and them great reset. About what them call it, basic, you will own nothing, but still be happy, right? So them are gonna basically own everything, them are gonna regulate everything, seen. So that way you will now become the perfect slave, right? Because in order for you can enjoy what you have or what you are given, right, you have to adhere to their laws, to their statutes, to their governance, right? And if you do that, if you go against that, your liberty get take away from you. Them even have to kill you, them just take away your livelihood basically. See? See if we can get one more precept in. See which I have here, so. Alright, so this is I'm gonna finish it off with this precept. They have some more, but time, so kinda cut it short. Alright, so this is Jeremiah 22:13. It says, "Warn to them that buildeth his house." So like I warn to him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong, which is what these heathen do. Especially Esau, Edom, right? They built their kingdom, they built this society that them rule, seen, out of unrighteousness, right? Mainly of the backs of our people, the blood and tears of our people, blood, sweat, and tears, right? It says, "And his chambers by wrong, that useth his neighbor's service without wages, and giveth him not for his work, Right, that saith, I will build me a white house and large chambers, and cutteth him out windows, and it is sealed with cedar, and painted with vermilion. Right, shalt thou reign because thou closest thyself in cedar? Did not thy father eat and drink and do judgment and justice, and then it was well with him? Right, yeah, basically, that's it. Right, so the one that we use our service without wages, yo. I mean, Esau, Edom, right? And ultimately these other nations benefit off our as well, our enslavement as well, you know. But hey, in the end, right, the kingdom which is very soon seen, we don't have to worry about any of this, right? We don't have to worry about these price increase and all of that crap, yo. Seen, but first, before we can enjoy that, right, we have to go through the chaos that is to come. You know what I mean? Which the all of these, policies and increases are gonna lead to that chaos, yo. You know what I mean? All of these things we see take place now is to lead to that chaos, you know what I mean, which will trigger the coming of our Lord, right? And then ultimately our salvation and deliverance. So with that one say, Kalalali Ahoba Shema Shai wa Shema Kudash, the blessed the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and truth.